AskReddit user asked, how did you first find out your partner was cheating? What was the moment everything clicked and what gave them away? User Bleah responded, a long time ago I was in a relationship with this guy. I'll call him M. Every single day, I had to share my time between M and my then best friend S. I had known and been friends with S since childhood. We did a lot of things together. We were inseparable. M and S knew each other, but S couldn't stand him, so the three of us never spent time together. I was either hanging out with him or with her. I don't really know how to best explain this next part, but I'll try. Every time M was in his car and we talked on the phone, I could hear this very specific kind of static sound surrounding him. It wasn't easy to hear it. I could hear it only when there was a pause in the conversation, and none of us was saying anything. But it was always there, only when he was in his car. This one time I called S and I could hear the exact same sound. My mind immediately screamed, she's with him. I brushed it aside. After all, how absurd I would have been accusing them of something only based on this sound I thought I heard. It then happened a few more times. Sometimes I would call her and she would be surrounded by normal day-to-day sounds, and other times I would hear that static sound that I only ever heard while talking to him. One night we were in his car, and as we passed by S's house, he made a comment. She isn't as good a friend as you think. Thinking it had just been an inoffensive, mean comment, I ignored it. After all, I knew they couldn't stand each other, so it wasn't that big of a deal. 1 year or so later, I found out he had a whole parallel relationship with another girl, T. After some back and forth, some arguments, and some explanations, I decided that T needed him more than I did. She told me he would break up with her and all that, but I didn't want to be a part of it anymore. I knew I couldn't trust him, so I ended things. Because we had a lot of mutual friends. I saw them a few times after all of this. I even started talking with T every time I encountered them, because I knew I shouldn't put the blame on her. He had met the both of us in the exact same time period and started the two relationships at the exact same moment. She had been just as clueless as I was, and she suffered a lot, so the least I could do was to be friendly. One time she told me that S, who was also a very good friend of T's, hooked up with M a few times. S had always known about the whole situation. She knew about T's relationship, and finally, S had been the one who told T everything. She didn't talk to me about this. She only told T. When T saw the disbelief on my face, she told me the whole story, details and everything. Apparently S had confided in her. S met and hooked up with M for a few times. M confirmed everything S had already narrated to T. I had a conversation with S about everything. How she decided to only tell T about our situation, but she kept it a secret for a long time before I found out. How she decided to be the fourth person in this whole situation. Her explanation was, I just wanted to see what you saw in him. Being the immature kid I was, I decided on still being friends with her. I thought it really didn't matter much anymore. After all, my relationship with M was gone. I could at least forgive her. Even though other things happened, we kept our friendship going on and off for a few years, until last year, she gave me a pretty shitty reason for not coming to my wedding just 2 weeks before. I then cut all contact with her, because I thought about all the things with the mind and principles I have now. I really can't believe I kept her in my life for such a long time. Credits Reddit user Bleah.